Lostman Trail, Redwoods National Forest. Not too steep, maybe 10% to 15% grade here. Has me breathing hard though, mainly because I'm taking a lot of pictures instead of writing. Some crazy big tree trunks here. Lostman Creek is down to the right here. Current elevation is about 405 feet. I'm maybe a mile and a half into the trail at this point. Gain maybe 200 feet elevation, 250. Fire road, really nice condition. You could probably take a cyclocross bike in here. Do just fine, don't need much suspension. Looking for some single track to play on. Me, of course, being a new mountain biker, I usually get myself into trouble on single track, although I'm getting better. Further in at this point, current elevation is 600 feet. So we've gone up another 200 feet since the last checked in. Gradient's been pretty steady at 10 to 15%. Been using my granny gear the whole time. I enjoy spinning. Probably use a granny gear on my road bike, but I get called a sissy. Really noticed the change in elevation in terms of the growth. Not nearly as many big redwoods. I don't know if this has been clear cut or something in the past. It is kind of a steep hillside. Temperature is just perfect. It's up to 61 degrees, supposed to get close to 70 today. A little false flat section, nice. And we're climbing again. Only swallowed about 5 bugs so far. It's been about my average lately. Now at 800 feet, still going up, pretty steep. If you ignore the ferns, it almost looks like the Sierras at this elevation. I don't think Sierra trees get this large. I don't have redwoods like this. Pretty awesome any way you look at it. Kind of difficult to get a shot of the computer. All right, almost to 850. I don't know how high this goes, really. I do have various trail maps saved on my phone. No service out here. Oh, is this leveling off? All right, well, speed's gonna pick up, but start paying attention. Still climbing. Just had a park ranger come by. That's what all the dust is from. Look like a national park ranger. I think this is a national park, but I think also some of it is California State Park. I got a little breeze now, headwind into the climb. This is where GoPro would be really handy instead of holding my iPhone. Alright, that's starting to look like it's leveling off over that direction. There's a little road up this way. It's a logging road. Alright, well, 41 minutes total ride time at this point. Been climbing a good 20 minutes, maybe more. Ride started at Davison Rd off of Highway 101. It was about a 1.5 mile ride north on 101 to get to the trailhead. It's been a fire road the whole time. Maybe get some single track down towards the coast on Gold Bluffs beach area. Elevation at this point, 1220. So it's about 1,000 feet climbing. Alright, right now at 1,450 feet. Oh, there's a bug. There's a bee or something. There's a water tank here on the left. It's usually, the summit's a good place for a water tank, so I'm thinking this is it. iPhone's probably going to stay in the pocket during the downhill. Fire use only. There's kind of a little vista here if you can see through the trees, which you really can't. Looks like it still goes up right here. I said, alright, well, just went downhill for a while. Then we started going uphill. I thought it was just a short ramp. So I sprinted up it. It's a little bit more sustained than that. Peak elevation was around 1,600 feet. Starting to level off now. Kept climbing up to about 1,900 feet now. There's a lot of timber on the ground here. They're trying to clear the forest out a little bit, clean it up. It was kind of scary in here yesterday with the winds blowing at 30 miles an hour. Might get something land on you. Like a lot of this stuff, I'm sure, is fallen from the winds. This logging road continues, winding. Downhill, uphill, but net uphill up to about 2,100 feet. Hit 2,250 back there before we went downhill. Looks like they do some logging back here. Well, we've arrived to a gate and a road. Hoping that's Baldhills Rd. Question is, which direction do I go on it? Compass will be helpful for that. Alright, we're now headed west, I believe, on Baldhills Rd. Should be mostly downhill. Alright, a little climb section on Baldhills. Had one car pass me going the opposite direction. a minute ago, but otherwise it's pretty desolate out here. Not a lot of life, other than the native creatures, of course, mountain lions, black bears, maybe. I think I see the Pacific Ocean over my left shoulder, so that kind of confirms we're going in the right direction. Alright, well, now it's the 101 Coastal Trail. I wonder if I want to go this way. Skunk Cabbage section, 3/4 mile. Alright, whoop, there's my small ring. Alright, have my chain back on. Figured the quirks of this triple is that you have to be in one of your big cogs before you go into that small ring, into that granny gear. Never really used the triple crank before. I'm sure they're all that way. Well, I'm going up to the Coastal Trail, whatever that is. The Baldhills descent was real nice. Steep, pretty decent pavement. Some bumps. It'd be an awesome climb on a road bike. Not much of a shoulder though. Real steep. I'd say it averages 10% or so. See where this takes us. I also learned that my mountain bike, better have your bottle closed. I lost about half of my sports drink. Just bouncing out, bounced out of the bottle through the mouthpiece. Coastal Trail, half mile ahead. 15-mile-per-hour speed limit. Shouldn't have any trouble with that. Whoa, where's the focus? There we go. Overexposed. Not very much, not very good at automatic controls on this camera mode. Alright, this is kind of cool. Very humid down by the coast. I'm only down to one full bottle. Hopefully that's enough to last me another couple hours. May not drink as much water as I did up that Lostman climb. At least I'm hoping. Or find some water on this trail somewhere. Hey, there's a bathroom. Probably no water. Alright, let's see. Lock your car. Don't have to worry about that. No bikes. Alright. Guess we're headed back. So this will take us to Gold Bluff, which is where I want to go. There's Steel Creek Trail. So I need to turn around, head back up 101 to Davison Rd. And then there's Davison Trail. So I think I'll do that. Okay, we're back to Davison Rd. This was our starting point. Net ride time 2 hours 12 minutes, considering I did a lot of sightseeing. That's not too bad a pace. This is kind of the plan all along, to head back to Davison Rd and hit some of these trails out towards the coast. Pretty humid. Temperature on the Garmin's reading 78. Get some water, refuel, head back out. Alright, so this is Davison Trail. This trailhead started just a couple hundred feet behind me. There's just a trailhead, was just a quarter mile from my car out of Davison Rd. So this makes a loop, heads north towards the north end of the park, and then heads west towards the beach, and comes back Gold Bluffs Beach. Complete a loop on the main car road out to Gold Bluffs Beach, back to the car. And it should take me hour and a half with all the sightseeing. Try to push it on these flat sections. All right, ferns, ferns, ferns everywhere. Ferns growing out of stumps, ferns growing out of trees, ferns growing out of rocks. Pretty awesome. Well, you gotta be kidding me. Do I push my luck? This is where I want to go, I think. Goes towards Fern Canyon. Take a look at the map. Well, I didn't push my luck. I don't think that's quite the end of this trail where I wanted to go. I wanted to go further north. So this makes a loop through what's indicated as an old growth forest. So 101 is just a couple hundred meters to my right shoulder. Probably get the cars. So this kind of follows 101. There's even some power poles up here. So I'll just keep going this direction. The Davison Trail. Tell it's old growth. Holy cow, look at the size of these trees. They make me feel like a Gulliver's Travel novel or something. Just dwarf you. Pretty cool trail right here. Wow, look at that tree. Oh, the base of that stump or that tree is 30 feet diameter easily. Pretty nice trail. Should probably be videoing in this orientation. Although this is an awkward grip for the phone. Oh, there's a nice meadow. There's one more. Arrived at a campground here. Try not to look like too much of a dork riding by these guys. So I beg your pardon. That road I said was 101 isn't really 101. It's this road, which I believe is they call Scenic Parkway. There isn't a road sign anywhere, but this is within the national park. There's a lot of old growth redwoods in here. I need to head up on this, in the northern direction, another 5 miles, I think, or so. Then I should be able to head towards the coast, I hope. All these trails are closed to bikes. Alright, so we're at the Ossagon Trail. This is pretty nice stuff. Scenic, single track that you actually ride your bike on. Just passed a mountain biker on the scenic drive. He was headed this way. Just beautiful. So the ended up meeting up with the guy I passed on Scenic Road, and we climbed over the Ossagon trail and then a pretty nasty section of single track along the coast. And stopped at Fern Canyon, took some pictures. So that single track back there, just get back to where I was. Kind of overgrown in sections, fallen trees, and muddy, but nothing too unmanageable. Had to walk a couple sections, but no big deal. So now I head back to the car. This should be fire road most of the way. Alright, so back to the car. Nice little climb on the way back. Ride stats, not that impressive. 4 hours, 4 hours, 40 minutes roughly. And no power, obviously. Don't have a power meter on this bike. Total ascent was only 4,400 feet. 43 miles. Mountain bike rides always feel a lot tougher than the stats indicate. And got nice and muddy to boot. And that was great. Can't beat the welders out here. No elk today. See ya.